Today I'm going to spend about an hour, approximately an hour, next to this occult tree right beside it. Why? Because I love it. Yesterday I came by this tree and I left, and I thought to myself, oh my god, I'm addicted to this energy. I am so thirsty for this, or whatever this is, and I'm gonna get more and more and more and more and more of it. I'm gonna spend some time here. I'm gonna wait for my YouTube subscriber GJ on Discord to join me. Right now he's in the temple, and I'm gonna go and soak in this energy and learn how to use this occult throat chakra manifestation. And I want to record this video just before I enter the space because the energy contrast is palpably felt. So I want to share this with you. So I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna experience this. You're going to experience this as well, and we're all gonna benefit from it. Cheers. Shiva Shambho. Well, I'm at the tree now, and I want to share something with you that's funny. That I see what Sadhguru talks about here in southern India. People put little masks outside of their house to ward off the devil. Their theory is that if there's a devil already facing away or something, the devil will see the mask and will go away. So I'll show you this little mask here. So it's funny to me because I can see these things. I can see these occult things, and I pride myself on doing that and experiencing these things and sensing these things. And I've worked with a lot of effort in order to get this sensitivity towards energy. And I want more of it. And I can see what works and what doesn't work. And this mask has nothing. It's just, maybe it'll soothe the mind of the person, but in terms of keeping bad energy away, it's like what a child would do. Just put a little mask on in front of their house and think, oh, it's going to do something. Yep. In contrast, this tree, ba-boom, okay? Look at this monster. Now this has some real energy, it has a lot actually, and I'm gonna spend some time here. And what happens to me when I'm sitting here is my throat center becomes blue and the energy comes to the forefront, which is very nice to feel. Just before I came here, I sat at the Yogeshwara Linga in front of the Adiyogi statue. I sat there for quite a while, maybe an hour, with my friend or subscriber, and we chanted the mantra, and that did a lot for me in terms of my throat center in my area. And it makes me realize again that I'm so hungry and so thirsty for this. It's unbelievable. It's unbearable, actually. I need to go to a place where I can just drink this energy in consistently and quench my thirst for this, because it's just painful. It hurts every single day. It's like, you're thirsty for water, but you have no water and you can't drink and you don't know where it is. But you get a few sips or here or there. The few sips actually kind of make it worse because you know how much you want water, but there really isn't any water. So this is a little source of water and I'm gonna use it, but it's insignificant. It's really not doing anything for me. I've been to the Dhyanalinga, I've been to the Linga Bhairavi, and those are powerful. Linga Bhairavi, of course, is a powerful occult temple. And the Dhyanalinga, of course, is the Dhyanalinga. It's very special. I haven't climbed the Belangiri mountain yet, which I will likely today, most probably, because my YouTube subscriber GJ from Discord, if you're on Discord, you know who he is. He's an active member there. By the way, join my Discord, okay? The links usually didn't work because my links, I didn't check the settings, but the settings were that they expire after 7 days. So I made the links not expire ever, so the link will work now. So join my Discord and you'll get to discuss various spiritual things. So he's on there. And this person, GJ from Discord, my subscriber, my long-term subscriber, he said that he watched almost all of my videos, which is surprising and remarkable and fantastic. And I cherish him for that. GJ, if you're watching, shout out to you. So I met him today, and he traveled 9 hours to get here by bus. So it's not a small feat, not a small thing. And he's here. I told him you need to spend more time in the Dhyanalinga because I saw that. I told him let me change the camera angle here. I told him before he came, spend some time there, and I wanted him to be influenced by that space quite drastically and heavily, and unfortunately it didn't work because he didn't spend enough time or whatever. So I told him to go back, and the time that he spends now will be basically forever. It'll be permanent. It'll be a permanent edge in his consciousness, and he won't be able to get rid of it. And it'll propel him deeper and further down the rabbit hole of spirituality. And so he's there now, and he's gonna come back here, and I'm gonna make sure to add him into this video. But for now, what is there to do except for me to sit down and meditate and do nothing, as I always do. All right, cheers. Shiva Shambho. Okay, quick addition to this video. I just want to mention and say that this energy here that's beside this tree is unidimensional. It doesn't have anything else except the throat chakra, because the yogi that sat here really focused his attention and energy towards, I guess, ruining this tree. That's what he did. He did it for practice, and it's just the throat chakra energy, nothing else. Whereas the temples here in the Isha Yoga Center and various temples around the world, if they have the Vishuddhi energy, it's usually usually has something else along with it, and it's a little bit difficult to kind of focus upon because, again, it's mixed with various things. Case in point, the Yogeshwara Linga. I'm talking very technical here, and maybe none of you have experiences, but maybe you'll experience in the future that the Yogeshwara Linga in front of the Adiyogi temple is a fantastic little piece of technology and memory and information, and it also has a throat chakra, and you need to kind of focus on it for you to be able to extract it from it, or extract that energy from that lingam. Whereas here, this yogi just practices occult and his magic and threw his energy into the tree, and it's just unidimensional, uniformed. There's nothing else here, which is phenomenal. And like I said, I'm so thirsty for this, and I want more opportunities to guzzle this energy in. So I'll spend some time here, and let's see what I can share with you after this clip is over. Cheers. I want to share one more thing with you. One other thing is that the temples here in India are fantastic. I've only been here to basically 2, 3, 4 temples just in the Isha Yoga Center, but I will go to more temples around India, and I see that the Indians that are here, that live here, that they're this is basically their home. Even if they live many hours away, sometimes they come into the temples and they spend some time there, and it's more of like, I don't know, like you would see church in the West. You have to wake up for church on Wednesday, on Sunday, and you go, oh, okay, we're going to go to church because this is what we have to do. And then you go and you said, no, very interesting. And then you take your little thing and you eat it, the little bread and wine and whatever else that they give you. And then you kind of go back, you dress up really nice, and it's a little bit of a social situation. But very few people there are really intensely, okay, I have to go to church. And then they're listening to every single word because why? It's the sound of God. And it's just like me. So this is a little bit more than church because these temples are actually God in a sense. It's human energy inside of a stone or a form, and you can make use of it in so many ways. You can make use of it for your own well-being, for prosperity, for abundance, for infinity, for everything, for whatever your conscience desires. And it's so powerful. It's so important. And I'm sitting in the temples here for many hours, and I see people coming by. And just regular people, as they go to church basically, and they go make a circle around the lingam and they leave. I'm like, how do you do that? How do you not just sit there and just gulp in awe of what's going on? Just the energy. It's sheer power, sheer intensity. Well, I guess I already know the answer to my own question. People are on their own different spiritual paths, and not everyone is as involved with this life as I am. But still, it's like, there's your well-being right in front of you, and unfortunately a lot of people can't see it or can't sense it, and it just goes unnoticed. They make a circle around and then they leave. They make a trip for one hour and they don't spend enough time to really soak in the energy. So if you're watching me, especially if you're from India and if you're an Indian origin, you must do this. You have to do this. You have to sit and soak in the energy. Like thankfully the sciences of yoga have evolved so much, so heavily, that people basically do the spiritual work for you. What does that mean? They create these consecrated items and structures, and then all you have to do is just sit there. That's it. You don't have to meditate, you don't have to pray, you don't have to believe in God, you don't have to do any little whatever you think you need to do. You just sit. That's it. That's enough. Okay? It's like if I want you to get wet, I would just tell you, hey, go into the water and just, that's it. That's all you have to do. Just sit in the water. But what will my spag do? Nothing. No. It doesn't work like that. You just sit and soak. That's all. Okay? So please, if you're in India, please make use of this opportunity. Why? Because the world needs you. The world needs you, and we need you, and I need you, and we need to create better and more positive circumstances for this planet, like this place has done. Okay? This is the Isha Yoga Center. I'm just outside of the border here, the boundaries here, sitting next to this wonderful occult, magic, mystical tree. And what am I doing? Just sitting here, okay? Really want to soak this in. The energy is a little bit different today than it is yesterday. Why? Because everything is changing. The planet is moving, the moon is moving, and energy isn't as available today as it was yesterday. But still, it's okay. It'll still impact me, and I'll stay here for some time. And yeah, that's what I want to say. Goodbye. It also makes me realize one more thing, my friends, and it's something that Sadhguru said, and something that I've learned from Sadhguru, and also I experientially understand it and see it now, that consecration and prana work, it doesn't leave. It doesn't matter what you do. You can't destroy it. It's not possible to destroy it. The only thing you can do is to add on to it. So for example, case in point, this tree, this magnificent tree. Whatever this yogi did, he imprinted his energy in the space itself. And the tree is just a scaffolding, as Sadhguru says. So the example that I would share with you here is that even if 100 bulldozers came and tore this place to shreds, not only this tree, but the ground and the sidewalk and the trees and everything, and then 100 years passed and this place flourished into a little jungle. If someone came that's sensitive and sat next to this tree, or even in the same space that this tree was, you will be able to feel the energy identical, as if the tree was here, or as if it is whatever, as if it was done yesterday. Why? Because the physical thing doesn't matter, and the energy is imprinted onto the space itself, or onto, I'm not really sure where it's imprinted, but it's imprinted at the most fundamental, basic level of the universe, of the creation, and it's something that you can't erase. Physically, you can't do it. It's not possible to do it, and also energetically, it's also not possible to remove the space. You can't banish this, for example. You can't. I don't think. Let me backtrack. I don't see a way for you to remove this space. If I wanted to clear the energy of this and make it something new, I'm not sure if it can be done, because any energy work that's made here, for example, let's say if I wanted to create a totally different energy here, like for example the root chakra, even if 10 people gathered around and we blasted this energy with the root chakra, it would just add on to whatever is here, and the energy that this yogi established here would not be just eliminated. So this is what I'm saying, or this is where I learned this from, is this YouTube video that Sadhguru talks about the Janalinga, that the Janalinga is a scaffolding, and even if that place gets destroyed, that energy won't go away, and it will still stay there for thousands of years. Similarly this, although man, the Janalinga is so special. When I look at the Janalinga, the actual form is very needed, because Sadhguru says that the first thing that you have to do when you go into the temple is just look at it for 2 minutes. Just look at it, and then close your eyes and meditate. So it helps a lot, and you need a physical representation for you to be able to kind of easily approach the energy. Case in point to this. If this wasn't here, I'm sure that however many people have seen this tree, it would be cut down by maybe 90 or maybe close to 100%, because well, maybe not so heavily, but still, you need a physical space to kind of worship, you could say. But if this tree got removed tomorrow, the energy would still be here, would not go away, and still some sensitive people will be able to come by here and sense what's happening here, or feel what's happening here, and yeah, so the physical casing is important and is needed, and this is what you see here. This very kind of twisted up tree is quite remarkable and quite fantastic, and it can be felt from quite a while away. As I was walking and as I could see it, I sense this was here. Anyways, that's it. I'm done talking. Let's see what else I can come up with. Goodbye. One other thing, my friends, about this tree, as these bulls walk by, they are, see, they're subdued. They have these, I'm gonna say one more thing about the tree here. Almost got him. Yeah, stand up for this. Is that this should go as a reminder to anyone that maybe has some doubt or fear about the occult practices and things of this nature. It makes me realize this for myself as well, that these things are real, and you can do some stuff to life around you. Why? Well, look at this tree. Okay, this yogi, or okay, I have to understand that I'm talking to everyone here. So maybe some of you are thinking, oh, this tree is just twisted up naturally, but I haven't seen a tree like this maybe ever. Yeah, some trees in Darwin, Australia are like this, but not with this energy. So you need to gather the sensitivity enough to perceive what's happening here. But regardless, hopefully you sense what's happening here, and this makes me realize that these things actually are real, that you can inflict harm onto others and to life and life around you and to human beings around you. And case in point this, because this tree is life like you. And so, you know, the mystical things that are practiced in various parts of the country and in the world, they can do some things to you. You know, and if a person is powerful enough and has wrong intentions towards you, well, if this tree gets damaged and this tree twirls up, what do you think happens to your body when energy like that comes to you? You won't know how to handle it. So it's best not to make enemies like that. First and foremost. Second of all, don't go to those countries or those places and, you know, mingle with that particular energy. This is very heavily done in Africa. I'm recollecting that this kind of occult and black magic and things that are used towards the wrong side of humanity. Why? Well, because people are confused and they think that this is going to help them towards their own well-being by them hurting someone or them forcing someone to give their money or something. It's awful. It's wrong. And most importantly, and above all this, you have to learn how to protect yourself from these things and learn about this in general for yourself. This is not really a threat anymore because most people are Western educated and, you know, you're not really making enemies with some powerful occult people. But still, it doesn't... Not being aware of this reality is the danger. And being ignorant of in all walks of life is what's dangerous. So you being sensitive to these kinds of energies is what's important and what is needed for you to live a better life, and for not only to avoid places that are like this. You should probably avoid this if you're not have a little bit of a balance and maybe, let's say, a little bit of expertise or someone that knows what they're doing. Because if you sit next to the tree just willy-nilly, things could happen to you psychologically, no doubt, for sure. This is not a simple little thing that you just go next to some place that some person did some occult practices and think you're going to meditate. Well, you're going to open up, pathways and doorways into your own body that are not easy to close, first of all. And second of all, potentially can lead you towards very entertaining situations for the next couple of months, for sure. And I'm speaking from experience that, So, why am I saying this again? Because you need to be able to perceive and be sensitive enough to perceive these subtle energies, which is so important. Because life is energy. And what? You don't think that one tree impacts you or the other tree doesn't impact you or no trees impact you? Everything impacts you. Just the tree that you're sitting under, it has an impact on your well-being. So it's so important for you to become more sensitive. That's my whole practice and my whole spiritual journey. And that's what I'm preaching to you. You need to become more sensitive. And how do you do that? Well, that's basically all of my videos. You follow the 5 moral precepts. You don't kill, steal, lie, misuse your sexual energy, intoxicate your mind. You don't eat meat. That's a huge one. You what? I mean, I've given you basically 80% of the whole thing. You learn to meditate. You spend time in consecrated spaces. You watch Sadhguru's videos. You watch my videos. You watch any spiritual person's videos. What else do you do? Spend time in nature. Go to India. That's a fantastic thing to do for your spiritual growth. You know, there's a funny little clip from The Family Guy. And Peter and Brian and Stewie, they all get off the plane in India. And they say, oh, finally, we're in India, the land of the god, or land of gods, or the land of God, or the God land. And then the camera turns to India, and it's just a chaos, and things are burning, and trash is on the floor, and everyone is, you know, it's just basically chaos and very uncomfortable looking sight. And Peter instantly says, oh, there's no God here, and they turn around on the airplane and they leave. Well, if you're coming here from a Western mindset and you're thinking, oh, this and that, or this should be this or this, that, yes, okay, maybe some things could be improved in terms of, I don't want to speak bad about Indian people. I have nothing to say except the positive, because the way this land is and the way that this land has been, the energy that it's taken into itself and how it is and the way it's being perceived by me and the way it's been perceived by people for thousands of years, and how many people have walked here, enlightened people meaning, and how much work, spiritual work has been done here, and how much energy has been put into here. It's just phenomenal. It's phenomenal. There's no other way of saying it. It's like you're walking on a consecrated land. So even if it doesn't matter where you go, actually, there's temples and there's spiritual places in every part of this country, and you must go here, okay? You must go to the Kailash of the south, which is right there. Okay, see it? Bingo. That's where Shiva walked. You must visit the Dhyana Linga, sit there for at least 30 minutes or, I don't know, 2 hours, okay? Minimum 2 hours. You must visit the Linga Bhairavi temple. Just go everywhere. Go to any place that's consecrated. Even walking on the land, it's like so much light here. It's fantastic. It's there's no better place on earth for you to become spiritually aware, as well as get closer to God. Okay, and I mean that. So my friends, you need to become more sensitive, and you need to become more perceptive, and there's lots of ways of doing that. And I'm making these videos for you to be able to do that as well. Okay, so stay tuned, because tomorrow I'm going to upload quite possibly the most famous, the most powerful, the most amazing, the most spiritually enlightening video that I can possibly make, or at least up until now on this channel. Potentially that's going to be the case. And as well as I have some very important things to share with you in terms of Sadhguru and what's happening with him and my perception of him. So stay tuned for that. And as always, I'll see you in the next clip. I'm sure I have something else or some more things to talk about this little tree and about this mountain and about this whole land in general, this whole space in general. Okay, cheers. Shiva Shambho. Look at that. Boom. Kailash, baby. Kailash. Well, welcome back, my friends. I'm here with my long-term YouTube subscriber, GJ. And yeah, like I said, he's traveled 9 hours to be here in the Isha Yoga Center. So not a small commitment. And we're both sitting in front of this tree. Very nice tree. And so you want to share your thoughts? What do you think about this tree, if anything?
When I look at this tree, it looks very trippy. And
Yes, it does.
and the energy is in my throat chakra. I
Yes.
can feel it.
Yes, exactly. No one that comes here that doesn't have any meditation practice or has a little bit of meditation practice, they can't go and avoid this energy. It just hits you right here and you feel it. Oof. It's very nice. So, yeah, just for you to see it again. What else needs to be said? GJ and I are planning to go up Vilangiri Mountain today. It's right there. You're not changing your mind? You don't want to?
I want to go.
You wanna go? I'm just a little bit hesitant because I've never been there before, and it's going to be quite a trek up. But hey, you know, he's made such a commitment, so we have to go. And I'm glad that someone is here to kind of entice me to go up there, because I haven't been there. And I'm sure that's going to be a phenomenal place. I'm very curious to see what the energy is like up there. So we're gonna basically get prepared. We're gonna stay here for some time next to this tree. Then we're gonna get prepared, and then I'll make sure to record a new video of us trekking up there. It's gonna be lots of fun. Well, okay, my friends, that's it. We're done spending time next to this tree. I realized that we really have to go, because if we're gonna climb up this mountain, which we're most likely going to do, we need to go now. We need to get prepared, and because I don't want to go up when it's dark. I want to go up when it's still light, but going down is no problem when it's dark. So I still want to physically see what's going on there, and I want to be there when it's still light up, which it's gonna have to be soon. Well, okay, as we're leaving, the energy is changing with this tree. It's phenomenal. DJ tells me that he wants to be a musician or a rapper.
Greatest musician rapper of all time.
All right, well, this is the beginning. In 10 years, I'm just getting in on the ground floor on this stock. So, yeah, throat chakra has been very needed for musicians and singing. That's where we're just at. And yes, my friends, stay tuned for the next video where we go up there. Bye, Shambho. Oh, look at those goats.